Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Hey Arnold, the Jungle movie. So let's start talking about this. Now, I'm a huge Hey Arnold fan. I loved the show growing up, and honestly, 100% respect the show now. It's one of my favorite shows. Definitely something I could rewatch a lot of times. So let's see how this hyped up Jungle movie was, which I'm very happy they promoted very well. Now, going into this movie, well, first of all, there will be spoilers in this review. So if you haven't seen it yet, or, you mind spoilers, wait until you see the movie. But if not, let's jump in. So the movie is about Arnold wanting to find his parents. He's always having these nightmares. He wants to find them. And the class has the opportunity to go to the place that his parents went missing. And it's all this adventure with his teacher, with Olga, with the rest of his classmates to find his parents, and we find out there's a villain who tricked them, and that there's this hidden village of green-eyed people that know where his parents are, and Arnold is the key to all this, and by the end they're able to figure it out in a very Indiana Jones way, how to save Arnold's parents, and they kind of all live happily ever after. Now that's the plot of the film. Now going into what I liked and disliked, I kind of want to delve into what I disliked first. Now, I thought the mythology aspect wasn't fully thought out, so we don't really know why Arnold's the key to all this. We don't really know much about the green-eyed people, just that for some reason his parents are asleep, there's this sickness. I don't really know why there's this sickness and why there's this mystical element randomly in the Hey Arnold universe now, but that's kind of what happens. And that was a problem for me. And also, kind of the cheesiness of the ending of Arnold's parents being back. I feel like Hey Arnold has always been a show that obviously is in a kid point of view, but also shows that life is hard. People have problems, and sometimes you're able to fix them, and sometimes you're not able to fix them. And that's what the show is always about. I mean, look at Helga's life. Helga had a lot of issues in her life, but she kind of had Arnold to see a more positive view on life, because Arnold was more of a positive person. So it kind of shows in, again, a kid's lens that life is complicated. So having that sugarcoating ending of the parents being alive and sleeping this whole time was a little disappointing, but at the same time, it's like, if I watched the whole movie and they weren't alive, then it's like, oh, what's the point of the movie? Why did, have this hype? So I think it's this double-edged sword in either way, but also I feel like it's the way it was executed by the end, where the parents just don't have a lot of personality. They're like, finally, they're here! What do they do? Especially the end where they have this last line, is like, we'll wait here for you outside of school, because they never really give a reasoning of hey, we miss so much, we want to follow you. They don't really do that. They're just like, hey Arnold, let's start our day and follow you, but they never actually say why, and that kind of was an issue. And again, they kind of just feel like one person. They just they're Arnold's parents, but they're do adventures, and they like going to gardens, they're talking about that in the end of the movie, of what to do in the city. So I feel like as individuals they need to have a bit more personality, and maybe the movie should have had more time to do that, but if we get a series, hopefully that will happen. So those are little nitpicks I had. Visually, I thought it was a really good film. There's only that one scene of the cityscape of the green-eyed people that was really bad CGI, but everything else was good. I really enjoyed the modern take on Hey Arnold, and I think that all worked. Voice acting, especially for the actors that returned, was really good. Arnold was a little high-pitched for me, but he kind of got used to it. Gerald, I thought, was a little bit more like the other actor. I was disappointed that Arnold's original voice actor did not have more lines, because he was part of the press tour, and I thought he was going to be a big character, and I think he had one or two lines. I missed the cameo of the person that looks exactly like the actor, the hipster version of whoever that character was in Hey Arnold. I didn't catch it, so I kind of wish I did. So wish they utilized the original actor of Hey Arnold a little bit more. Now those are Really my only slight negative, I guess I would have liked to seen a little bit more of the supporting cast members, but I think the movie did a really good job at showcasing all of them. Even if I wanted, personally, more of Olga, and more of, like, Helga's mom, it's still, I think they did the best they could. Even though, like, hey, Gerald being this bloated character, I wish we got more accidents from him. That would have been nice, because it's Gerald. Not Gerald, I'm sorry, Eugene. Not Gerald, Eugene. I would like to see that. But hey, we even got moments with Brainy, so you can't really complain on that aspect. That, I mean, other movies or other shows, especially with this large of a cast, probably wouldn't have given as much time as this movie did, so I can't complain with that. But there was this moment with the grandparents and Helga's parents that they come to the rescue and never really end that storyline. I feel like they didn't really need to be there. The kids could have easily, or even Mr. Simmons could have easily defeated those minions. So I kind of wish they didn't waste time on that, even though I guess it was a nice sentiment that they were, like, part of the adventure. I don't think in the actual plot it worked. But I really like the villain in this movie. I love that his whole villainous plan was about capitalism, so that was kind of interesting, and, you know, obviously I think above the kid audience, but as adults I think we could all chuckle about that. And there was actually a lot of death in this film, which I was surprised by. Now, as adults, you could say, oh, okay, that person actually died, but I feel like you could explain to your kids, oh, they just got hurt. So they did a good job at that. And also there was a lot of darker moments in this film, like the ending with the grandma, where, I mean, we always knew the grandma had dementia, but then forgetting who Arnold was, I was like, whoa, that was dark, and they kind of just throw it in there. There's also other really great moments, like, that they would tease us in the original show, but finally revealed here, like, we got to see Arnold's last name, and it was Shortman, so it was Shortman. So I like that, and they reference it a couple of times, and also I think we did get to see Mr. Simmons' partner, so I thought that was cool. So things that were always part of, like, the fan base and theories, they confirmed with this movie, so that was nice. Now, talking about the main characters of, you know, Helga, Arnold, and Gerald as characters, I thought they were all pretty solid. Besides the mystical aspect, I did like their character stories, especially Helga. I always love Helga. She drove this show in a lot of ways, and she kind of drives this movie, especially the voice actor, who does a, you know, great job at bringing this character back and feeling like that character. And you know, I like that she didn't know how to express her feelings still, even though there's moments of the film where I'm like, oh, I kind of wish Helga would progress a little bit more. It's been 2 years. But by the end, where, you know, Helga, even though she's, like, kind of pushing Arnold away, he knows, all right, Helga, I know you actually love me, and they end up holding hands, and you can tell that they are a couple, and Arnold accepts Helga's love. There was that moment where Helga rips up the picture that I kind of wish in the end it was Helga and Arnold taking a picture with each other, showing that Helga kind of is ending her stalker days and that they're actually together. I feel like that would have been nice, but, I mean, obviously the heart being her kind of shows, yeah, Helga's also a main character of this show. So Helga, I thought, was very well done overall, even if there's some regression of her character, and I would like to see more of her, and Olga would have been nice, but overall I really enjoyed Helga. And even Arnold, I thought Arnold was, you know, well done. Gerald was well done. They showed them having a little bit of a fight, but then making up, even if Gerald said that in the end he had the line of, oh, I haven't seen that before, and now, you know, with them kissing and Arnold's parents coming back, I thought that was weird how many times he said that. But it is still nice to see that friendship, and you know, what I liked about this was the showcase of the community. We really got to see every single person that was in the show that made an impact in Arnold's life, and showing that Arnold always helped the community, and that was what this show was about. It was about expressing the supporting characters, about building a community, and showing that it wasn't just about Arnold. It really showcased an ensemble cast in a lot of ways, and I think the show did, or this movie did a good job at that. Even like having Nadine, you know, using her bugs, and Phoebe being a real force in this movie as still, you know, the assistant to Helga, but also having a chance to showcase her own smarts and being her own person. So staying true to her character, but at the same time kind of growing as a character. I think honestly she had the most growth in this movie was probably Phoebe, strangely. So overall, I did have a lot of moments I loved about this movie as a Hey Arnold fan. I think there's times that they do trip up again with some character moments in the end with the actual mythology, but this is definitely a movie I would recommend you watch, especially as a Hey Arnold fan. I was pretty satisfied. Again, I felt a little mixed at certain parts, but especially if they get a series, which we might end up getting, I will be very excited to watch that show, and I 100% watch that every week, so, or whenever it's released. So overall, I'm going to give Hey Arnold, the Jungle Movie 3.5 stars out of 5. And we will have a Hey Arnold, the Jungle Movie Media Madness this Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you want even more in-depth conversation about this, go check that out on Comic Frontline. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, description below, there are links for my comic book, Like Father, Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father, Like Daughter. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.